everyone, greetings. In my last video, I had asked you what are animals called depending upon the food they eat. I have got countless correct answers, and the correct answers are: the animals that eat plants are called as herbivores. The animals that eat meat are called carnivores. The animals that eat both plants and animals are called as omnivores. Omni means everything. Just like, we call God as omnipresent. Omni means everything, everywhere. The people who have given me the correct answers are Rajendra, Rajkumar, Taksh, Vijay Kumar, Soumya, YouTube fan club, Ashok, Shrusti, and Satish Kumar, Vachanasri, and V.S. Sige. Thank you to all of you. Do you know there are some lands still, in our world where some tribes live. And these tribes are not connected with the civilized world, if we can call ourselves as civilized. Well, they are not connected with this part of the world, and they live in their own tribal place in the woods. Some of these tribal people do eat human flesh. They are called as cannibals or cannibes. Well, at my channel, Learning with Dr. Poornima George, we shall do things that interest all of us. I hope you have all subscribed to the channel. If you have not, kindly do subscribe and like and share the videos. You can find my videos on my Facebook page, Poornima George, and my Instagram handle, George Poornima. Come, let's learn together. Today we are going to learn about ordinal numbers. What are ordinal numbers? We know 1, 2, 3, 4, they are numbers. But then what are ordinal numbers? Well, the ordinal numbers are, you might have heard or read things like first, second, third, something like that. Or you might have also heard and read firstly, secondly, thirdly, right? You got it? They are the ordinal numbers. However, we should not use LY along with the ordinal numbers. Real ordinal numbers are first, second, third, fourth, so on and so forth. They are the ordinal numbers. But many people, countless people add LY to these ordinal numbers to make them sound like firstly, secondly, thirdly, fourthly. But we should not actually add ly to the ordinal numbers. But we cannot just ignore it because innumerable people do that. Therefore, we are going to learn about these two variations of ordinal numbers. And we are also going to learn if you should not use firstly, secondly, thirdly, what else can we use in their place? Okay, let's begin. We should not mix both variations. What do I mean by that? When you are writing something, in your writing or even when you speak, if you start your passage or your speech by saying first, right? Then it should be, for the next point, it should be second rather than secondly. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell? If you start with first, then the next point should be second. Then the subsequent point should be third rather than thirdly or fourthly. We should not mix both the variations. It is, let me give you an example. First, we would visit Chennai. Secondly, we would go to Madurai. It's wrong because I have used first in the initial place. Then what am I saying? I'm saying secondly. These two are different variations, so you shouldn't use it in this fashion. So what should you be doing it? I know you know what the answer is, right? First, we would visit Chennai. Second, we would go to Madurai. That way. Got it? Don't mix both the variations. But if you do not use Li variation, that is firstly, secondly, thirdly, this variation, if you don't use, you are a clear winner. We shouldn't overkill the ordinal numbers. We shouldn't use them that way. Now let's come on to the part where what can we use? We are so trained into or in the habit of using firstly, secondly, thirdly, like that. Then if we have to avoid using them, then what should we be using? Well, I have a list for that as well. Make a note of it. Instead of firstly, you can say, like when you're writing something or in your speech, etc. Instead of saying firstly, you can say to begin with. Got it? To begin with means, to start with, right? To start with, to begin with. That way you can start your writing or conversation. For secondly, you can say in addition to, right? Don't use secondly. In the place of secondly, you use this thing, in addition to. In the place where you want to use thirdly, you can say furthermore, right? You can make use of furthermore. For example, you still have to say fourthly. Don't use fourthly. You can say moreover, right? Moreover. Or if you are giving some conflicting idea, say you have built up a passage, right? Just now, as I have done, like animals are called herbivores, carnivores, omnivores. Now I have to tell something different than animals. Like I have to talk about people who are called as cannibals. In such a situation, what can I do? I can say, however, I can start my sentence with however rather than saying fourthly or fifthly or whatever. You got it? Have I made it clear? See, if you want to say a conflicting idea, if you want to talk about a conflicting idea to already built up idea, then you can make use of however. Okay? Say we have come to the last part of our writing or last part of our conversation. In such a situation, instead of saying lastly, many of us do it, we say lastly or we write lastly. Don't do that. Instead of writing lastly, you can make use of in conclusion or to conclude with, right? These are the phrases that you can make use of instead of firstly, secondly, thirdly, because the Lee variation of ordinal numbers is not correct. It is like overkilling them. Which are ordinal numbers? I'm repeating it. Tell me, which are ordinal numbers? They are first, second, third, fourth, fifth. One more very interesting and important usage of ordinal numbers happens when we talk about dates. I have seen many people say on first date, on second date. It's not first date, second date. It is just on 1st of January or 2nd of January or whatever, whichever month. Or for example, on 22nd of July, I might go to UK. What am I doing with 22nd July? I'm not saying 22nd date. No, that is wrong. You shouldn't say like that. Lot of people are in the habit of saying first date, second date, 10th date, 12th date, wrong. That is absolutely wrong. You have to make use of ordinal numbers in their simplest form, right? On 1st of January, 2nd of January, or 15th of February, or whatever, So, or today we are on 12th of February 2022. In that way, you can make use of the ordinal numbers. I hope that I made this point clear, right? Ordinal numbers are a very important part of our lives. Of course, we don't give much thought to them. So remember that there are two variations which people usually talk, that is first, second, third, like that, and there are firstly, secondly, thirdly, like that. Firstly, secondly, thirdly is like overkilling the ordinal numbers. Don't use them. Avoid using them. To avoid using them, I have given you a list of what else you can use instead of them. I hope this session has made whatever I wanted to tell you clear. Now, before going, I would like to give this question to you. Do you know a place in India where probably the cannibals are there? Do we have such place in India? Do we? Just let me know in the comment section. With this, we come to the end of today's session. I hope you do take care of yourselves and stay healthy and happy. Till I meet you again, kindly do spread knowledge and happiness. This is Dr. Poornima George taking leave of you. Thank you.